And we are joined by Renu Dalal. Of course, she is daughter of late Tarla Dalal, whose movie, Tarla is out today. But she herself is a very, accomplished cook. She has written lots of books of her own. She has shows that she has, she has her own YouTube channel. She has innovated and invented a modern style of cooking and, combines flavors from around the world. She has authored and published 3 cooking recipe books with recipes for both children and adults. Welcome, Huma. Welcome, Rick. So we'll begin with the panel. I hope all of you have settled down. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. We just started the panel and I hope all of you are comfortable. Thank you so much for coming today. So let's begin with the first question. And first of all, Huma, congratulations on Tarla. Another fabulous movie from you. And it's truly inspiring. Most of the housewife, a mom, most Indian women find themselves struggling to not only accomplish their day-to-day tasks, but to have an identity of their own. So Tarla, in a way, is like finding your true calling of life. Come what may. And I think all of us might have experienced it in life. So how was it, working in that movie and being Tarla on screen?
First of all, thank you so much. I get very embarrassed with all these like long, I don't know, praise valley introductions, but really appreciate it. Yeah, the thing is, in life, I'm only interested in playing living, breathing, three-dimensional female characters. I feel like, unfortunately, in the past, and we all have to take responsibility for it as movie business, we don't write very good parts for women. They're always like an accessory to the hero's journey. वो हीरो जाके दुनिया बचाएगा and this is a good supportive wife. Hero जाके ये करेगा and for 2 scenes in a song the woman is going to be there and she will be his support system, which is great because ultimately I feel like we all should be support systems to each other. But what about us being the heroes of our life? What? I have never met a woman in my life, by the way, who's not a strong woman. And they might not be loud about it or aggressive about it, but they're all strong. And I've been raised by some very strong women, my mother and many of my aunts and all of them who have been really, really strong. So for me, I'm like, but why are we not representing this complexity of what it is to be a woman on screen? Strong, flawed, loving, feminine, aggressive, soft, gentle, all these things. All of us are those things, but why am I not seeing that on the screen? So my journey as an actor, as an artist, has always been like finding those roles for myself where I'm able to do that. It doesn't matter length of character, it doesn't matter now I'm getting to do films like that now where I'm carrying the responsibility of that on my shoulders, but throughout my career I've always wanted to play real living, breathing characters, which I've seen around me. And so when this opportunity came to me, and I remember I had done a show called Maharani. You guys seen Maharani? So I did this show called Maharani, and when season 1 happened, I get a call from Nitish Tiwari and Ashwini Tiwari, and they said, we love the show. And they called me the 3rd day of the show releasing, saying we've binge watched it, we love it, and we were returning producers, and we want to offer you this film. And I was like, wow. And of course, then I got to know that Florence Shrivala is also a producer, and then Z came on board later, and I felt so happy that this story, and of course I knew about Tarla Dalal, I've grown up with her cookbooks lying around the house and everything, but even I did not know the whole journey and what it really meant to be like a female entrepreneur back in the day. And women like her, they really paved the way for all of us. For somebody like me to go out there and just pursue her dreams and be like, it's okay. You don't have to be apologetic about being successful. You don't have to earn lesser than the guy. You don't become a bad mother just because you have dreams of your own. And I'm like, these are the women we need to celebrate because they really laid the foundation of things and things that we all are benefiting from today. So yeah.
I totally agree with the fact that every woman around us, has some kind of a story. We just need to hear it. And for me, also surrounded by so many women and so many powerful stories, and without anybody knowing about them, and it's so amazing. And for you, Renu, growing up with a mom who was so accomplished, and then finding your own niche. How was it for you? You might have also struggled, sometimes. And what is it that I want to do? And can I do it or not? So how did you deal with that?
Well, growing up with mom, first of all, it was the most fabulous atmosphere. Mother making all his dishes, her cooking classes, waiting list for cooking classes. We used to pick up the phone, we used to have a waiting list, right? in those times, encouraging a woman to work, encouraging her to come forward, helping her in so many things, that makes so much of a difference when you have the family support. It does make a difference, definitely.
Absolutely, it does make a difference. When you have men surround supporting you. In fact, daughters also supporting you. Your kids support you more. I feel, because I have a daughter and she's like, when I'm not doing something, when I'm down, she's like, Mama, you can do it. Why are you worrying about it? Like that. So it's just so amazing that you're surrounded by this whole team that's pushing you and wanting you to do well. It's one thing watching the movie and the trailer, but I'm sure you must have come across many scenes and many situations in the movie when you might have felt which were like very challenging or overwhelming. Would you like to talk about that?
When do I even start? देखो मैं दिल्ली से हूँ guys. यहाँ पे कोई दिल्ली से मैं तो मैं नॉर्थ इंडियन मैं I'm a Muslim girl. We grew up in a colony of Punjabis. My आत्मा is Punjabi. तो मुझे बोला गया कि तरला दलाल प्ले करना है. मैंने कहा कैसे, मगर मतलब ये I don't look like your mom. I'm so much taller. She was so petite and face was different and all of that. And also she had such an endearing, beautiful way of talking. Which is so like homely and like lady next door. But at the same time, and she had a particular. And what I loved about her actually is that when she was even talking to her crowd, she didn't talk like a presenter. She just spoke how she would talk like normally. And that is what made her like so special, right? तो मैंने कहा ये तो special तो है, but अपनी बात लग जाएगी अब. इसको acting कैसे करनी है? So then of course I had great help from P-1, my director, who by the way is an amazing guy. His first film, he's been working as a writer on Chichori, Dangal, all these wonderful films, and he's co-written this film with Gautam and directed this film, his first film. So but he was very clear that we did not want to do a caricature. What happens normally, especially with Gujarati as a language, right? Like when you try and put in a few words, it's pretty easy for you to become like a caricaturish representation of that. But we have to make it real, we have to make it authentic. Now that's a bigger challenge. So we had this wonderful girl called Nita, who I think 50% of what I've done is because of her genius. Because she told me something. She's like, Tarla ji was Gujarati, but like because she grew up amongst Marathis, she had a very Marathi-esque way of talking. But yeah, correct. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. हमने उनके सारे पुराने interviews देखे, उनके shows देखे, and you wouldn't believe it. We actually made like a list of words and how she said them. Yeah. So we did like a whole glossary, like almost like a dictionary to refer to, and then I realized she used her hands a lot. And my mother also did that a lot. And I realized a lot, like because there's so much going on, na? You're doing something, you're giving instructions, you're also cooking. So your mind, because women are so used to multitasking, so sometimes वो audio video match नहीं होता है. If you know what I mean. तो उनका वैसा था. So I was like, if I can catch on to this energy, which is a very bubbly-esque energy, which is also like a woman who has so many things that she set out to do. Like if I catch this correctly, then we are home. And I think that was the hardest part. But like I said, like we had like a good 2-3 weeks of prep, just reading the script, just trying to understand it, trying to make it really real. I'm sure like we did take a few creative liberties, as you know, but I think it was just because we're making a film, a 2 घंटे की picture, and इंसान का पूरा जीवन है, तो how do you condense it into that? So sometimes you use like these devices to take the story forward. अरे drink का time नहीं है, just 2 hours for it. Okay, चल, it's Coke Zero guys. Later. Thanks.
Yeah, so I also
It is Bombay canteen. I love the food here, so it's not wrong, right? Is it too early to have a drink?
I think all of us need a drink right now because we all are moms and women, like dealing with so many responsibilities, you hardly get time to take a break, right? So we can, indulge in whatever you want. Talking about, Tarla Dalal, and my adventure with cooking started because एक बार आप माँ बनते हो ना, उसके पहले तो मंडा पराठा भुजी कुछ भी खा लो, गुजारा चल जाता है. पर एक बार आप माँ बनते हो ना, तब आपको रियलाइज होता है कि शिट न्यूट्रिशन प्रोटीन ये कैसे बना. That's when I came across Tarla Dalal, and I used to watch her videos first because she was so funny and so engaging. Then I used to note down the recipe. अच्छा ऐसे. So it was, I can totally relate to the fact.
मैंने पहली बार लाइफ में पिज्जा खाया, वो तल्ला दलाल रेसिपी. पहली बार हमारे घर में चाइनीज बना, वो तल्ला दलाल रेसिपी. मॉम को डाइटिंग करनी होती तो नो ऑयल कुकिंग. शी यूज्ड टू हैव दिस थिंग ना, या Yeah.
Zero oil.
Zero oil. That was whatever. First time pasta bana ghar mein, desi style. That was.
Even recipes for kids and babies, for first food for babies, like that. That's what I saw. So, coming back to the serious part of it, Renu ji, आप एक business owner हैं अपने आप. And women are always questioned about the choices that they make. Were you ever questioned for the choices that you are making, and how did you deal with that?
No, never. You see, my parents in the movie also most progressive. My mother was way ahead of her times, and my dad was so supportive. So I had very progressive parents. It was
So
already
well, guys, moral of the story.
That's true. Very progressive. It's very progressive parents. They let you be, let you find your own calling. So as she puts it that way, we had a business and I took a corporate career. Though I did cook with my mom when I was young. I took a class when I was young. I was all over food. It's a part of our house. Food was all over the house. But I chose a corporate career. So when did I switch into cooking? Because the call came from within. She was no more, and I wanted something very interesting. So I could this. Like my dad used to maintain a notebook and write who would come and what would we eat, the person eat. So menus were never repeated in the household. So if you came to eat, you would eat something new. Like you look forward to, what is she making? How would you stop keep on creating? No, because you can't repeat.
That's insane.
That's really
And what a way to motivate someone, right?
That's
Like,
really motivate.
you can't make this again.
No, you can't. My dad, even my husband took on. So when my mom was no more, I started going out thinking, how do I write? And then I used to write something and write my own recipes in Excel spreadsheet. I kept on trying out new recipes. And then there was no looking back. I released my first cookbook later, a couple of years later, and I never looked back. I released on her birthday as a tribute to her. So in my cooking, in my recipes, in my book, I always tribute to my mom. Like what she has taught me so many years back, I can pull back in a second. How to serve, how to treat guests, how to make it interesting. It's not only for your friends and family, even for your husband and kids. Means for your family who lives with you, whether your stuff. Everybody wants something new on the table. Do you agree with me, guys?
Absolutely.
So something new was also provided by Tarla, like all of this. And I also try to provide them in my books and the way I write my books.
But this reminds me of something. So, my father also runs a restaurant.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And my dad started his career at the same time your mom did.
Really?
So, 74, Tarla ma'am had her first cookbook.
Yes.
1977, my dad started Salim in Delhi.
Really?
So, कल हम लोग एक interview कर रहे थे. My PR is there, you remember. And they said we want to interview you with your dad. And of course, my dad's cooking is completely opposite to your mom's cooking. This is hardcore, non-vegetarian, nihari, keema, kaleji, that kind of vibe, right? But the ethos is so similar because in the interview he said something and he was like, it doesn't matter. Of course it matters what you serve, but how you serve and how you make your guests feel. ऐसा उन्होंने उर्दू में बोला था, बड़े अच्छे बड़े उर्दू के वर्ड्स यूज़ किए थे, मैं तो भूल भी गई क्या बोला था. But he has a way of a style of talking, and he said how you treat your guests and how you make them feel, they'll never forget that. So it's about the whole experience, right? When you invite someone to your place.
What Huma is saying is exactly right. Like how do you make people feel? Like when you make that special effort, it is visible. It's visible to everyone. They feel very special. And sometimes the dishes on the table become a conversation piece. Have you noticed that? We're talking about one dish all the time.
अभी दुनिया का बेस्ट खाना बना लो बोले खा ले तो मजा नहीं आएगा ना चल पूछ so you won't get the same vibe but it's about how you make someone feel this actually has been made for you, this is something that you like, maybe there's a particular flavor that you like, maybe you enjoy coconut milk, maybe you don't eat fish, maybe it's just about somebody paying that little attention to what you really like. That makes all the difference.
Like my mom also, like somebody was diabetic, she would make a diabetic sweet. So that person made you special. Like Tarla's caring when I come, and the food is always, as she would say, you have to look at who you call or who are you dealing with. You may like traditional food, Western, Italian. She'll make the food exactly what she thinks the crowd will like, whoever is coming will like. I think that makes all the difference.
Absolutely. And
do you agree? No, that's fine.
so, because my job is to ask questions, so I'm keep interrupting you.
I'm
so sorry.
आप भी तो आए हो आज
तो बात करें थे प्रेजेंटेशन की. देखो कभी कभी ऐसा भी होती है, ऐसी भी कुछ माएँ होती हैं. तो माय डॉटर लव्स बूंदी रायता बाय द वे, एंड आई एम नॉट अ वेरी गुड कुक बट आई मेक बूंदी रायता फॉर अ मील एवरी
What
टाइम.
is Ketu is there with bundi on top? I mean, your poor daughter, she realized later, mommy was scamming me all
So
along.
what she has written, what is the best food your mother makes in a school book? She's written boondi raita.
That's a good one.
And I was like, okay, chalo, she remembers that my mother makes boondi raita. But I presented it well with a lot of, bhunawa jeera and dhania on top.
I just got फेंकी भी दही पे बूंदी डाल दिया वो खुश हो रही है हाय मम्मा so crunchy बेटा mama's not done anything.
So coming back to the movie, and while we'd really love to talk more about the movie and food and presentation, but Tarla was also an example of how you can achieve your dreams, and there is no age to do what you desire, your passions. There is no age actually, and no kind of boundary or kaise na ki restrictions. If you want to do something and if your heart is in it, you can achieve it. So what do you feel? What do you feel about that, Huma?
Oh, are we talking about ageism, huh? है ना? We all have felt it, right?
Yeah.
हाँ मतलब I think लड़की पैदा होती है तो उसको बूढ़ा फील करा देते हैं कि तुम्हारी उम्र निकली जा रही है. I don't understand this. Like अभी शादी कर लो, अभी ये कर लो, अभी वो कर लो. It's almost as if, and I've said this in an interview and a lot of laughs, so I'll repeat the joke. I said हम लोग कोई fruit थोड़ी है कि सड़ जाएंगे या बासी हो जाएंगे. इसकी expiry date होती है. You're a person, and like most things, you get better with age. You get smarter. In my 30s today, I feel phenomenal. I mean, honestly, my teen years or even my 20s, I was a mess. I was just like all over the place, insecure, trying to find my own feet. But as I'm growing older, I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. You come from a place of so much power. You know what you want, you know what you like, you know what you don't like, including toxic boyfriends. But I feel like somewhere popular culture is not doing us a good service of actually making us feel that only as long as you're young and fair and petite, then you are of value. But after a certain thing, you're of no value. No, I don't think so. Which is why it's so important for all of us to just to go out there and reclaim our narrative and do it sexily while we're doing it.
Absolutely, for us, moms, and there's so many moms here also today. But I totally relate to the fact कि अभी माँ बन गए हो, अभी क्या ही कर लोगे, अभी बच्चा 10 साल का हो के भी क्या तो I also get a lot of these questions.
एक और बात बताती हूँ तो the other problem is also in filming now that for example महारानी I played 3 बच्चों की माँ. So सब मेरे को डराया कि अरे तुम्हारा करियर खत्म हो जाएगा 3 बच्चों की माँ मतलब it's almost like a slur, right? कि as if अब तो तुम्हारा हो गया. Then Tarla also actually I did the film उसमें 3 बच्चे थे. 3 kids are lucky for me. Either don't have any or have 3, man. That's what I say. Go big or go home. So, but it's a thing, right? As an actress, why should I feel conscious about the fact
10 years down the line, Huma will have 3 kids.
Who knows, man? But I'm saying, but why this whole thing? As if you played a mother, like I just did a film called Monica, in which I played like a femme fatale, and I played Maharani, I played Tarla, I played Double XL. You just have to play characters, and nobody should tell you that you can't play something because it will age you. Or because it will put you in a certain bracket, and we have to have those conversations at homes as well. It's okay if you're 30 and you're not married. It's totally fine. आपकी life complete मतलब कोई इंसान नहीं करता. Would you rather be independent, doing well, or just be stuck in a bad marriage just because somebody told you this was the right time to do it, right? And that's the important thing. It's great being married. It's great being a mom, but it's about choice, right? About what you want to do when you are ready for it.
Absolutely, और जो मैं हमेशा बोलती हूँ, finding that woman in that mom. हम लोग सब भूल जाते हैं ना. Every woman wants something, It's not about earning money or having a big name or fame. It's about doing something that you like. आपको क्या लगता है रेनू जी? जब ये बोलते हैं कि ये एज में ही हो सकता है, अब नहीं हो सकता. What do you want to say about that?
I think everyone goes to the movie that way. You go at any age, you can succeed. You can find your calling and go ahead and make it. Like Huma showing mother of 3 children, my mother of 3 children, and she still. Her books, her classes were legendary. Even today, you get these comments that we love her, we feel we know her. Our whole kitchen, our whole cooking class, 120 cookbooks. So I think.
And she started a career after her 3 children. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, she was like all the books and all. Yeah, the cooking classes, the books, the whole. As you said, my dad was non-veg, conversion, this. My dad, and then she was a vegetarian. Bought from a Gujarati Vaishnav family vegetarian. All her children are vegetarian. Right? So the whole thing is my dad used to eat meat outside. No. She didn't want that.
इश्क देख रहे हो कितना था?
She didn't want that. So I think yes, as women, age is not an issue. You have to do your calling. I feel like Huma loves what she's doing. She's an actress, right? Huma, don't you love what you're doing? I also love my books and my cooking. I love going to work. I love to cook. So it has to come from within. If you like what you're doing, you will succeed at some point. Keep on trying, as the movie says. Keep on trying, then you'll get there. It's not easy. Even to write one book is not easy. How they show it very fast. But my dad editing, the photographs, the way it comes across, you as a reader, do you like it? Would you make it? It's easy for you to make. A lot of hard work goes into whatever everyone does, right? So we all put in effort, but then the result is with everyone else. But I think go on, try. The age is not a number. Go there and you will succeed.
Absolutely, there is no age for success, and success does not know age, name, fame. Anybody can succeed if you have your heart out there in it. Coming back to the fun part of the movie, Huma, इतने सारे हम देख रहे हैं recipes, that song. I was talking about the song. Papa wala, Papa wala. You're cooking so many dishes there. और मुझे तो sets में वो खाते थे कि पहले shoot करते थे क्या होता था?
यार बहुत खाया इस फिल्म में बहुत पकाया भी but after a point of there's so much food आपकी भूख मर जाती है so I was like constantly doing that but that particular song was so much fun because I think शारिब ने कम से कम 12-13 प्लेट तो खा लिया 14 he said 14 plates he had of that ragda patties so and the mutton eating thing I don't want to spoil it for you but there's a moment which is one of my favorite funniest moments in the film where he's eating something and the way he's going at it it's quite funny. So I think that day again and it was 7-8 plates of that dish he ate and then we ran out of it and then there was a thing getting और मंगाओ और खाना है and it was just before lunch so everyone like said जल्दी करो ना हमें भी भूख लग रही है आपको देख के.
Qureshi, आपके revisiting the whole the recipes that your moms would create. What were your favorite recipes that she made or anything that you loved especially when she made food? My daughter loves bundi.
Well, I loved a lot of her recipes, but my favorite was baked Alaska. It was a cake with ice cream and meringue on top. Oh, I love that. That was my favorite. And the song "Well Papa, Why, I think is really doing well because even on social media page got lots of likes and views. And it just showed one way the perfection you go around food. They showed it in a very nice way. Like the whole kids and family are after, the mother to correct the recipe, but that's how perfect you have to be when you write and when you create. The taste in food has to be paramount. You make it, it has to taste fab. And you must be like, oh wow, what am I eating? I think that's very important. So sometimes to perfect it, you do go on and on. They show it in the movie. Yes.
Great, yeah. So, talking about the movie, talking about Tarla, women, and supporting each other, that sisterhood that a woman community or women have with each other, it's just so unbelievable. So, what do you feel about the fact that women can be each other's biggest cheerleaders? Because lots of things have been said about a woman, एक औरत ही एक औरत की दुश्मन होती है, like that. What do you have to say about that?
एक औरत की दुश्मन ना जिसने बनाई है ना उसको मैं पीटना चाहती हूँ personally. मतलब I'm sure all of you will agree. Some of my best relationships in my life are my girlfriends. Are my aunts, my mom. Because they sometimes, the way they support you and protect you. In a competitive world, of course we compete with each other. You compete with men too. Men also compete with each other, but nobody's saying, hey, मर्द ही मर्द का सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन होता है. And of course that's called like bro code or it's just called having like a killer attitude or a competitive edge. But एक औरत ही औरत की दुश्मन होती है? No. Actually, if we end up supporting each other, there is no stopping us. Some of the best relationships in my life, professional and personal, have been with women. And if you really look within all of you all, you will agree. So whenever next time someone says that, say, wait, chup kar.
Absolutely agree. Renu ji, आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे? Women supporting each other and being there for each other.
I think yes, of course, your family, your mother, sisters, friends. I mean, they all do support you. I think it's the way you are with people also. It's a lot the way you come across with people also, they support you. I think women can be phenomenal support to each other and I think I don't think it's right that you have to be an enemy, you have to compete. As she puts it, you can compete with anybody. But bring out the best in you and I think if you're good with somebody will be good back with you.
Absolutely, and